Yo, what's up? Today, we're making a track like 21 Savage. Shaya bin Abraham Joseph, also known as 21 Savage, is a rapper, strangely born in London, England, but raised in Atlanta, Georgia. 21 Savage grew up on the rough side of East Atlanta, surrounded by things like illegal drug use, violence, and gangs. When he was 15, he was expelled from every school in his county. That same year, he decided to fully invest into his business and started selling his products from his home. 21 was doing well enough to provide for himself, his family, and his boys. However, this lifestyle would come to a close on his 21st birthday after a near-death experience during a house robbery.
This nigga gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
He dabbled in rapping the previous year, but after that event, he fully pursued a rap career, releasing his debut single, Picky, at the end of 2014. He would continue to drop mixtapes and EPs over the years and collab with Atlanta producers like Sunny Digital and Metro Boomin. And in 2016, he was part of the XXL freshman list, arguably one of the most influential lists of the past decade, at least to me. But since then, he's been on his grind, releasing tons of music, having multiple songs hit Billboard, and even winning a Grammy. He chose the name 21 Savage when he was making his Instagram. Savage depicting his wild side and 21 representing his neighborhood clique. They chose the number 21 because that was the number on all of their mailboxes. 21 Savage tends to have dark sounding melodies in his songs, often using moody pianos and ambient bells, but on his more commercial albums there's a lot of use of samples. For my track I wanted to sound similar to something that you'd hear in Savage Mode 2, and I love the sound of that album. It sounds like a hip-hop horror movie. And since today is Halloween and I'm feeling pretty festive, I used a sample from one of the most iconic horror films of all time, Psycho. I found a section of the sample I really liked and looped it, and the rest of the beat was created around that section. I used a couple of effects for this. I used a limiter to quiet down loud peaks of the sample, kickstart to give it some rhythm, EQ to get rid of the lows, and stereo shaper and reverb to widen the sound. I also wanted to add a haunting piano sound just to add a spooky feel to the track. Just so you know, this part is very complex, so don't cry if you can't do it, okay? Wow, Praxi, how'd you get so good at the piano? Well, I'm glad you noticed, weird shaped human. I've been practicing with Melodics. This video is sponsored by Melodics. Melodics is a desktop app that teaches piano, drumming, and finger drumming all from your MIDI controller. Melodics has a ton of courses for any level of proficiency, whether you want to practice special skills like bass lines and arpeggios, or if you just want to practice scales, Melodics got you covered. It keeps track of your accuracy and timing when you play, and gives feedback on what you need to work on. On top of that, the courses are designed with different genres in mind, ranging from hip-hop, pop, electronic, orchestral, and everything in between. And the knowledge you gain from Melodics can be implemented outside of the app, like creating your own music, jamming out in a studio session, or even performing live. If you want the app, there is a link in the description. It is free to download. So now to go along with my haunting sounding melodies, I wanted to make a fast-paced Memphis-style drum pattern. I was taking inspiration from one of 21's newer tracks, Runnin'. The kick snare pattern is fairly simple, and so is the hi-hat pattern. The 808 follows a nice rhythm that complements the melody and follows the kick. I also added some accent snares and some cymbals to start each bar. That's pretty much it. Here's the beat. 21 Savage is a pretty straightforward, no-nonsense type of rapper. He says exactly what's on his mind with pretty little nuance or subtlety. His delivery is usually calm and relaxed, but it's a cool contrast from the raw and kind of scary things he's talking about. He details growing up and living that real street life and likes to distance himself from the fakes. Essentially, his music is the very definition of trap music.
I feel vibrant, elegant, exquisite.
Real talk. You know, it's safe to say that 21 Savage is probably my favorite UK rapper. I'm just playing. That's probably Stormzy or Slow Tie. But if you think British people are easy to make fun of on the internet, remember to consensually kiss the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. In retrospect, I would have never expected 21 Savage to become as big as he did, but time and time again, he's shown himself to be a pretty interesting personality with a lot of things to say. I absolutely loved his album I Am Greater Than I Was and his shift to a more introspective rapper for that project. And I also love how much he gives back to his community, like his financial literacy programs and his annual school drive that gives free haircuts and school supplies for his kids in his neighborhood. That's what's up.
And I stay with my strap. 21. If you ain't my dog, I ain't giving you that. On God. All these bars about trapping, they ain't been in no trap. On God. All these niggas lie online, they talking all cap. On God. All these rappers frontin', I'm real street thuggin'. 21. See 'em out in public, I'ma shoot 'em, no discussion. All these rappers frontin', I'm real street thuggin'. 21. See 'em out in public, I'ma shoot 'em, no discussion. Niggas got too much pride. On God. Fuck with me, a nigga gon' die. On God. 4 shots coming out my 5. Straight up. With a minute, I'm walking out dry. Whoa. Right around town with a Draco. Whoa. VV, it's my chain low. Whoa. Ever try to mess with my bankroll? Whoa. Gonna get wings and a halo. 21. I'm a businessman, I'm still counting my guap. Without warning, it's an album. Savage mode never stop. I am greater than I was. Don't make me turn back the clock. Bumping slaughter tape music, I might shoot up the block. All these rappers frontin', I'm real street thuggin'. 21. See 'em out in public, I'ma shoot 'em, no discussion. All these rappers frontin', I'm real street thuggin'. 21. See 'em out in public, I'ma shoot 'em, no discussion.